Unlike the Judds, one of the leading duos in the Carolinas is making their mark on the asphalt and not on the record.
What does Naomi Judd really like?
Ooh, I love mayonnaise. I just rub it through my hair and all over my body.
The truth comes out when a Phyllis George special continues.
My next guest is a country music queen, a beautiful lady who fans will attest has been defying the odds for quite some time. Naomi Judd gave up the spotlight after surviving the years of heartache it took to get there. Despite a near-fatal bout with deadly hepatitis, Naomi Judd couldn't feel more blessed. Daughter Ashley is a rising young star on Broadway and in Hollywood.
So when do you do, sweetheart?
In a couple of weeks.
I remember when Winona was born, screaming on key and searching for harmony.
And Winona, smash hit since going solo. With the new best-selling book about her life, we found Naomi on the road with her fans. Sitting in her tour bus, we looked back and looked ahead at what's in store for Naomi Judd.
This is Banjo Judd and this is Ruby Judd.
And they're just like real excited that I'm here.
This is the way they always are.
Hey guys, hey.
They live on this bus.
Talk to me about this bus. It's your home.
Yep.
I mean, and when it's your own bus, you can wear whatever you want. So let's show everybody what's on your feet.
Oh, my house slippers.
I want you to look at these precious little...
Actually, Winona got me these. It's very appropriate. But our second year, our manager got us our own bus, and we called it the Dream Chaser. That Winona and I just said it at the exact same time. It was a unanimous decision because that's what we do. Winona and I just chase our dreams, you know. And then in 1989, when I was diagnosed with my liver disease, and I think our manager didn't think I was going to make it, so he got us a new Dream Chaser, this one, because he wanted me to literally and figuratively go out in style, I guess.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
But I pulled them off. Right. So this bus we had during the Dream Chaser 2, we had during the farewell tour. And if this bus could talk, it was the most phenomenal year that anyone could ever imagine. And back in my back room, my little rhinestone tiara and my scepter are still poised on the pillow.
So what does she call you?
I'm the reigning queen of everything. Winona and Ashley named me that.
People just love you, genuinely love you. And I'm not trying to flatter you, but you have to know that. You have this remarkable thing that happens. I don't know, maybe you can describe it to me when you're around people.
I just love them, and I think, you know, maybe I'm like a dog or something. You know how a dog can tell when somebody's friendly, when somebody genuinely likes them?
But you've always been this way.
I was just always, I was the emotional kid on the block.
But you know, because you are so spiritual and you're so feeling and sensitive, when you stopped traveling and you didn't have your daughter there and you didn't have all this commotion and people waving at you through the bus window, all this, in your moments when you were alone, was there ever a moment you doubted that you weren't going to make it?
No, I have to say honestly. Because as soon as I would start to get an inkling that doubt or despair was going to come into my mind, and this is one of the most valuable lessons that I learned during my illness, is that Satan is the author of doubt and despair. He's the one that puts that on us. And we're under scriptural authority to rebuke him. And then I'd do that, go through that little exercise, and sometimes I'd holler out loud, you know.
Like what would you say?
Well, get thee behind me, Satan, you know, and I'm a child of the Most High God, and I command you and all your archangels to go to hell. Literally and figuratively, thank you very much. And then I would start saying, okay, I've got the headache from hell, and I ache all over, and I can't walk across the room. Tomorrow, my headache is going to be less. I'm going to feel like getting up and walking around the house. And I started praying the answer. And I mean visual imagery.
Oh.
I find out now it's got a name.
What's it called?
Sort of visual imagery, positive imagery. Because that's what hope is. Hope propels us out of our doubts. It keeps us from sinking down in our fear. And I would just always choose hope so that, because I'm just like everybody else, you know. If you pinch me, I'm going to say ouch.
I don't know if you're like everybody else.
Yeah, I am.
I think you're a very special person. And I think you've been blessed with something that
Well, you know, I remember being 37 when we got into country music, and it was the first time in my life I'd ever had anything. And I remember thinking that it was almost as if all the garbage that I'd been through, all the times I was kicked in the face, and just all the hard times, that it almost made sense, because I could see myself in everybody else's circumstances, because I'd been on welfare. I'd worked minimum wage jobs. I never had medical insurance, never had life insurance till I was 37 years old. And I lived a paycheck away from the streets, but I realized when I was writing the book that through all the really hard times, through all the tragedies and the struggles and everything, I learned more from those times that I have from my successes. Now, success is wonderful. Let me qualify that, because it's as if success validates you. It's like somebody patting you on the back and saying, wow, you finally got it right, kiddo.
More to come. Stay tuned to the Phyllis George Special.
Naomi?
It's a heavy book.
It is a heavy book, and it took me a long time to get through it, but I loved every minute of it. You recall everything to the finest little detail.
Well, I think I've always been real imaginative. The first inscription Mom ever put in my baby book was what a vivid imagination I had.
In your book, it says they sang like angels and they fought like the devil. Is that just a mother-daughter thing? What was that? What'd you fight about?
I think it's the most complicated relationship there is on earth. I mean, even more so than the man-woman relationship. It really is.
But what'd you fight about? I mean, was it silly stuff, or was it big stuff, or was it...
We fought about silly stuff, big stuff, and everything in between.
But how about Ashley? No?
No. It's real strange, you know, but I think Winona was born when I was 18, and she pretty much came out in the eye of a hurricane. Just total chaos. And I think that's why she's real emotional. I believe in the in utero life of the child, meaning that they sense and they know things. And I think Winona knew what the deal was before she was ever born into the world. And Ashley, on the other hand, was sort of like the gentle sunshine coming out after a hard summer's rain, you know. She was just so peaceful and radiant, and they really have very different dispositions.
But Ashley and Winona are so different to me, just reading about them in the book.
But Phyllis, if you were around them, they are so alike. They really are. This week, I tell you, the coolest thing happened. I'm sitting on the couch in Ashley Judd's Winnebago on the Warner Brothers lot. You know, she's got the big star on the door, which of course I took her picture. We're sitting on the couch together. She's got her head on my shoulder, and we're learning our lines together, because I'm in her last episode with her. Since it's the final one, she said, Mom, I want you to be in it with me. And then all of a sudden I got this tidal wave of deja vu, and I realized this very couch right here, Winona and I sat on for 8 years with her head on my shoulder learning our songs. Now here finally I get a chance to work with Ashley. I just went, oh, my life is so blessed.
Naomi, you're a sensitive woman. You have great intuition. 5 to 10 years from now, what are you going to be doing?
Me?
I'm going to hold you to this. I'm going to come back and interview you 5 to 10 years from now.
Let's see, the only things I haven't done are brain surgery and work for the phone company, so in 5 to 10 years, I hope that I'm rocking my grandchild. If Winona and Ashley Judd are seeing this.
Oh, I'd love. I mean, can you imagine Naomi as a grandmother? You'd spoil them rotten, first of all.
They'll have books and unconditional love. They'll grow up in nature.
They can go to the movies, though, to watch Ashley.
To watch Ashley.
And to concerts to watch
and listen
Winona.
to Winona's music.
So really, movies for you is not anything...
I can't act.
Just be yourself. What were you saying to me earlier?
But I'm goofy.
Now, you are goofy. I saw the pictures from your shower.
That I'm goofy. Winona calls me the goofiest woman in country music, a title I wear proudly. Yes. Try to live up to that every chance I get.
What do you do now? All right, this is a perfect lead in. What do you do for fun?
Oh, well, we do this thing
Oh,
in
it's so funny.
restaurants, real
Yeah.
fancy restaurants.
Uh-huh.
Me and Y and Ashley. When the waiter says the dessert selections, the minute he says the word chocolate, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to mess up my hair and my makeup.
Oh, go ahead.
But we
go
take
ahead.
you take your palms the instant, and this completely freaks the waiter out to see Winona and Ashley and Naomi Judd doing this. The minute he says the word chocolate, you rub your face, your palms up over your hair and go, oh, do that. Try it.
Shall we do it together to say goodbye? How did you feel about this interview? Your pet peeve. Do you have a pet peeve?
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
What?
I hate those little sheets of toilet paper in the airport. Can we talk to somebody about that? Who's in charge?
When they don't come out. You get one at a time. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that, and let's see.
I love it. Keep
I
going.
just flew in from Hollywood. I'm so glad to be in Birmingham. It's my people out there.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
What Winona and Ashley like, they call butt extender food. That's with sour cream and butter, you know. One night we were in mayonnaise. Ooh, I love mayonnaise. I can just rub it through my hair and all over my body.
I really tried not to.
Isn't that attractive?
It's so
Okay.
cute. Let me see you do that again.
After-
I mean, that's a sitcom right there. Don't tell me you can't act.
It was so cute after CMA this year. Remember Dolly and Tammy and Loretta did their song?
Yes.
So we were hanging out by the bus right after CMA. Everybody else had left. It was me and Y and Ashley and those three. Whoa, you got to see those three together. And the three of us. And Loretta's standing there, and she puts her hands around my waist, and she said, next to Dolly, you've got the tiniest waist of anybody I've ever seen. What do you eat? And I said, because the night before I'd cooked, and I said, girlfriend, I said, I just get sour cream and butter and mayonnaise. It just, you might as well rub it all over my body. And she goes, oh, is that a new beauty tip? And Tammy elbows her and goes, no, stupid. She said, she puts it in her mouth. Tammy was just...
I want you to invite me back one night when the girls are home. I mean, just laugh, because I think we all need laughter.
We laugh all the time. Winona and Ashley and I'm telling you, Winona Judd is the funniest human being on the planet.
And did you know that all the Harley-Davidson bikers have your daughter's face tattooed on their arms? Did you know that?
I told her it's okay if she can ride a Harley, but she can't wear tube tops. And like open beer, you know, with her teeth, and have one of those Foxy Lady airbrush license plates, or cut her toenails in public. But she can ride. It's okay.
You just put your foot down someplace. All right, last thing. Is there anything you want to say on my premiere show to America?
Just that I'm proud to be here, and I wish you all the best, and I think you're the real deal. I think she's the all-American girl. I think she's America's sweetheart.
Since our time with Naomi, it was announced that her oldest daughter, Winona, is expecting. We asked her how she felt about it, and she said, and I quote, "We had absolutely no idea at the time of the interview that this would be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Although the circumstances aren't what I expected, I plan to do my part to give the child unconditional love and support. We wish the family our best."
We've got movies, Mustangs, and mulligans.